Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name's Sue Peckham. I'm one of the co-creators of the Think, Eat, Sleep, Repeat course. And I'm joined today by one of our lighthouse members, we refer to you as, don't we, Sam? We launched the course in January this year after 20 years of research and development as we developed our courses with our people in our practice. And then we decided to launch the Think, Eat, Sleep, Repeat course, which was something completely different to what we'd done before. And James created these amazing hypnosis sessions and all brand new, nothing like we'd done before. And we have over 140 videos on there. Over 100 of them are coaching tutorials. And we also have our weekly live coaching calls, as well as the communities app. And then we launched that in January. And one of our Lighthouse members, one of our very first members, was the lovely Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello there.
Thank you for joining us today. I hope I've summed all that up correctly. And would you mind sharing how you came to join us at Think, Eat, Sleep, Repeat as one of our Lighthouse members? Because you had nothing to go by, did you? You just came across the course.
Not really, Sue. So I've been a lifelong dieter. Tried so many different things, and they've worked for a short while, but then it always crept back on again. And I'd got to the point at Christmas, standing there in a size 24 Christmas dress that didn't look good, and feeling so old and frumpy and uncomfortable in my own skin. And I just was so desperate. So when this popped up in my feed, because I'd always followed sort of your other sort of things that you did, I thought, well, I'm going to give it a go. But I did look at the cost initially and I thought, £97. I'm a failure. I can't do this. It's not going to work. And I did have to sort of think very carefully before I parted with that kind of money.
And
However,
saying to me, Sam,
mm,
that you'd been doing Slimming World, and you, like you said, you thought, well, £97 is a lot of money to pay out, but then you compared it with what you'd been paying on Slimming
yeah,
World.
yeah, I did. Yeah, and it's so much cheaper. So when you go to Slimming World, obviously you can leave at any time, but it's just under £6 a week. Plus you have to pay a startup fee. I think it's only £5, but you can leave at any time. But at the same time, that adds up over a year. £5.95. It's £400
How
roughly.
many times did you do that?
I did. I did that for a good 6 months, and I did lose. I did sort of drop some weight, but it all came back on. And the reason for that was because my relationship with food just did not change. I still craved all these things, all the chocolate, and I was just denying myself all the time. And then I'd just suddenly have a binge, and it wasn't good. It wasn't healthy.
And I know when we spoke before, it wasn't just Slimming World you'd done lots of other things as well.
Yeah, I tried, the Cambridge diet. So again, it was all about denying yourself things, but it doesn't address what's going on in your head. And this is how TESR's being different, because I've now got a completely different relationship with food, and I'm totally confident that I'm never going to put back on what I've lost. And if anything, I want to try and lose a bit more. And I think that's because the hypnosis started it, obviously. It didn't just make me want to drop weight, it also gave me sort of like a holistic sort of approach to my life. I wanted to take care of myself. I wanted to move forward. And that was different.
Isn't it? That shift from I just want to lose weight to I want to get rid of the fat, but also I want to fuel my body well. I want to really start taking care of myself rather than punishing myself, and viewing your journey with TESR in the complete opposite way. You're not restricting, you're not excluding, but you're choosing. you're making the choices, and that's within your power rather than someone else telling you what to eat, when to eat, or how much to eat. It's so empowering, Sam, isn't it, when you start to realize that you're doing this for yourself?
Yeah, and it's I'm not thinking about food all the time anymore. So I'm just when it's time to eat, I will eat something. And I was away for good 10 days. I've just come back from Cumbria and I was a little bit jittery about it. I said to you at the time, didn't I? Because I was going to be sort of faced with new situations that I don't necessarily do all the time. But I've been out for meals. I've made the best choices that I can. And when there's been something on the plate that probably isn't something that's going to, help me lose a pound of fat, I just didn't eat it, and I wasn't hungry. I had a wonderful time. It wasn't
Have
about
you been deprived at any time?
no, not at all. No, I was faced with a situation in a farm shop. With my friend and I had gone for a coffee, and she said, "Oh, I'm going to have a lovely big slice of lemon meringue pie. Do you want some?" And I said, "No, no." "Oh, well, I won't then." I said, "Look, honestly, I don't feel bad about eating. If you want it, have it." I said, "I really don't want it," which is weird because before, when I was at Slimming
Who's that in my head saying
yeah,
that?
yeah, because before at Swimming World, it was like, I won't have it because I can't have it, but I do really want it. And I stored it up and it stayed with me for days and then I'd have a binge. So, but it wasn't like that. So anyway, she was tucking into this lemon meringue pie and she said, "Do you want to try a bit?" And I said no at first, but then I thought, actually, this is a test. This is a test to see how far I've come. So I took a little bit of just the lemon filling. Oh, it was so sweet. Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
But it's funny, isn't it, when you think back to how you would have just eaten that and not even realized that it tasted so unpleasant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm natural. It wasn't natural. Whereas now I'm trying to eat natural things.
It makes such a difference. Do you find you're drawn towards healthier food?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Anything that's sort of really fatty now, or mayonnaise, for example. I licked the spoon from making my husband's sandwich the other week, and it was tuna mayo, which I used to love, and it was just so greasy around my mouth, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying there. It was the same for me when James and I were very first creating the program for me to get rid of my fat way back 20 years ago. That was the thing that I found. Once I started eating all these things slowly and really thinking about what they tasted like, it don't taste nice, does it?
Not really at all.
It's a horrible film around your mouth. You really don't want it.
And
And
what's
talking to a client today, before we joined up to record this chat, and she was telling me that unfortunately she had a almost lifelong addiction to diet drinks because they were promoted by the diet companies, and that had weakened her teeth, and she's now got to have some dental work done. That she said she just didn't even think about it. It was diet, whatever the drink was. I can't quite remember what she said now, but she said she would, sort of drink 6 cans a day. And now, the payback for that. But she said now, since she's been doing Think, Eat, Sleep, Repeat, all she wants is water. And, not, oh, I can't have it. She said, I just don't want it. She said, I wish I'd known years ago. She said, because I wouldn't have had this really extortionate dental bill.
yeah, yeah, you just feel really clean on the inside. Um,
Yes,
that's
that's
the
a
thing.
good way to describe it. You do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you join us whenever you can. You've been so supportive of joining in the weekly coaching calls. How has that made a difference to you?
It's made a huge difference. I would recommend anybody that signs up to this embraces everything that TESR has got to offer because if you just pick onto the hypnosis sessions, they are really helpful. But there's so much more that, I can't stress how important it is. Every Monday, I come to the group. I think I've missed one, and that was just because I was on holiday and the community spirit we've got on there. And you'll be a newbie at first, but the group's so welcoming.
It's
And
about 5 minutes though, won't it?
yeah, we're a friendly little family now, aren't we? Of supporters, and it really is. It's I wouldn't say
Growing and
yeah,
every
it's so beneficial.
in it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely, and also the community group app as well on Kajabi. A lot of people haven't been connecting to that, so I'm sort of thinking maybe they've sort of missed the link or something, but that's been good as well.
Yeah, because you can jump on there at any time and someone comes back to you within, normally within a few minutes, but definitely within a few hours, and you feel supported. And again, everyone shares on there anything that they've found helpful. So sometimes it may be that you wouldn't have realized, but then you see someone, oh yeah, I could have a go at that. I could try that. And everyone, as we all say, we're all in it together. It's such an amazing support, isn't it?
It really is.
There's so much research that shows the more supported you are and the more accountable you are, the more likely you are to succeed because you don't feel alone. You don't feel that you're battling. You just really do feel, actually, I've got the support, I've got the help I need to do this. And I think that's one of the things that Think, Eat, Sleep, Repeat really does address, because as well as you can dip into your coaching calls at any time you want, because for the whole year of your membership, if you're on the £97 membership, you've got a whole year. That's 24/7. You can access that whenever you want and as many times as you want. And
Mm.
of course, we also, I know a lot of people have found it really useful that we do record the Monday evening and now the Wednesday morning sessions. So people who can't make it can benefit from everything that we've talked about and
Yeah.
chatted.
I think as well, Sue, another thing with this group is that it is run by experts who have looked into the psychology. Like James is phenomenal, his knowledge, isn't it? And the psychology behind why we do things. If you go to Slimming World, you've got somebody there who's probably lost a lot of weight themselves, gone on a few little courses, and then they're standing there every week doing this sort of group meet that you have where you feel like you've got to unburden your soul and well, why have you put on weight this week? Oh, I don't know. And but it's different with you. I sort of feel supported and feel like I'm working with people that are very knowledgeable.
Yeah, like you say, on the coaching calls when James comes on and he does some of the real in-depth psychology, it gives you a whole load of light bulb moments, doesn't it? Well, that's exactly right. That's why I do that. It's so it comes at it from the root cause. And when we're doing the work together about where the faulty programming came from and where you developed those bad habits, if you want to call them that, the unhealthy habits, but not only where they came from, but what you need to do to ensure you're successful at changing them. And having that extra bit of background knowledge when James comes on and does those in depth really helps to give you an in depth understanding, and it makes it easier
Yeah,
to then
yeah.
change.
And that's why it works, and that's why I know it's not, I don't even think it's a diet really, Sue, is it?
It's not, it's the habits and the relationship with food and the belief systems. Naturally slim person. It's not an overweight person between diets.
No,
Is
no,
that
that's it. Yeah, it does, because I think so many of us think, oh, I'm going on holiday in 6 months, so therefore I want to drop 3 stone. And then while they're on holiday, they probably put a stone back on and then come home and the holiday's over. So therefore, let's go back to our old habits. With this, it's not like that.
that's really, really great that you said that, Sam, because I know you just come back from your holiday and you did share something when you
Yeah,
came from your holiday and you weighed in
I've dropped 2 pounds. I was so pleased.
another £2. How often does anyone ever come back from holiday and feel absolutely thrilled because they've got rid of another £2 of fat? That's fantastic. Sam, would you mind sharing with us what your weight was when you first joined in January? I know
I know, I know. I was over 20 stone and now I'm in the 16s. So
you've got rid of 4 stone
yeah,
already.
yeah. And I'm down. I found a lovely little shop when I was in Cumbria, or no, it was Edinburgh, and they were selling Jules clothes. And I was a 24 in January, and this is a little bit snug around the bust area, but I'm putting this up as a sort of a thing to grow into. But it's a 16, and it fits apart from around my boobs, so they've got to go.
And you said you bought it to kind of carry on getting rid of fat to get into, and when you put it on, it actually pretty much fits.
It did. Yeah.
So you've already dropped 4 stone, and you've already dropped from a dress size 24 to a dress size 16. And I know you probably won't say it, but everyone on the group always says, because you've been on the group pretty much every week since we started, they look back at the old recordings and they look back at the new recordings, and they see this enormous difference. And not only how much slimmer you look, but also how much younger you look.
Yeah, actually, I think I looked back at the first week, and yes, it wasn't good, but but you all have to start somewhere. The thing as well, Sue, though, I've my health. So I've still got terrible arthritis. I've still got fibromyalgia. I still had to use my stick last week, and had to have lots of little rests and things. So that's not going to go away. But I've got more energy. My cholesterol was dangerously high. They were thinking about putting me on statins. My blood pressure was through the roof. And all of those are in the lower bounds of normal now. So,
oh, congratulations, Sam. That's brilliant. That is more important in some ways than looking in the mirror and seeing that slimmer, younger looking you, that those health benefits without you having to do anything.
Yeah, most definitely.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And you're going to continue to apply the guidelines. You're going to continue to come along for the support sessions. And I must say, Sam, also thank you so much for all the support you give, and the help that you give to other members, because that's one of the things about Think, Eat, Sleep, Repeat. I notice on the coaching calls, nobody is negative. Everyone is jumping on board to help everyone else. No one is jealous or thinking, oh, they're doing so much better than me, why aren't I doing it? Everyone jumps in and shares and encourages everybody, even though they might be on a slightly different track or slightly different reasons. It's absolutely wonderful to see the support, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I think that's sort of really holds everything together, because once you've gone past those 12 weeks, you've had your material, you know what to do, and it's the community spirit that keeps you going. And I want to help people because I fully endorse it. And anybody that's watching this, it's not mumbo jumbo. I had eyebrows raised when I said to friends in the new year, I was doing that. Oh yeah. But I tell you what, 6 of those friends have joined, and they're having great results as well. So
it's brilliant, isn't it?
Proof is in the pudding.
Sam, we're going to continue to stay in touch, and I'm sure we'll do another one of these chats again very soon. But for today, thank you so much for everything you do, and thank you for sharing your story. I'm sure lots of people will be able to relate to your story, and if people have got any questions, they can message us, and obviously if it's questions for you, we'll send the questions on to you, and you'll be very happy to answer them.
Gosh, of course, anything to help. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Sam, and I will see you on the next weekly Monday evening call.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye for now.